Hi, I'm Scott.
And I'm Oscar. And we have Nick. And together we are the Ginfluencers UK with Nick.
And what we're doing today is we're going to be making a Aviation. So that is a cocktail, and we're using Brixton Gin.
And Brixton Gin is the company you work for.
Yeah. And the reason I kind of went for that is because it has a violet base. Normally you'd use creme de violet in it, and I thought it'd be good to make it without and with and see what it's like. So Nick is going to kindly make them for us, aren't you, Nick?
Absolutely.
Right, so what do you do? What do you do now?
So Aviation is a great cocktail. It's got some gin in it. The first thing that you're going to want to do is get your gin out. And Brixton Gin, obviously, delightful.
And if you haven't watched our Brixton Gin video, make sure
it.
you check it out. The link will be there.
Somewhere.
There you go.
So, you know, a lot of cocktails, Aviation included, go for almost a 2-1-1 kind of ratio. So 2 of the spirit, 1 of sugar, and 1 of citrus, right? Aviation quite similar. However, we're making 2, so we're going to use altogether 100 milliliters of Brixton Gin. Normally it would be 50 milliliters. Then after that, we're going to use some maraschino liqueur.
Okay, so that's a lovely bottle, by the way.
That it is a beautiful bottle. I love
bottle.
it. Is that beveled?
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, look, there you go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. So a beveled bottle. Maraschino is beautiful. It's made mainly from the kind of the pits of cherries as opposed to the actual cherries. So maraschino liqueur won't have a huge cherry flavor. It'll have a more of a kind of earthy, almost almondy kind of flavor. Yeah. There's a lot of herbs in there as well. So for this one, an Aviation, in my opinion, is one of the cocktails that benefits from a slightly higher sugar content. So we're actually going to add more sugar than lemon in this. So we're going to start with 50 milliliters here of this.
And then we need sugar syrup.
Well, no, you know what? This time we're just going to go because this will have quite a lot of sugar.
Okay.
If you have a slightly sweeter tooth, add a little bit of sugar syrup. Absolutely. The most important thing about cocktails in the end is that you enjoy them. So, you know, don't let anyone
Very
tell
important.
you. Yeah. And then to finish it off, so just to recap, we've got 100 ml of Brixton Gin, we've got 50 ml of maraschino, and we're going to put 40 ml of lemon juice.
So it'd normally be 50, 25 and 20.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right,
Exactly.
okay.
Exactly. And that sort of that extra 5 ml of maraschino as opposed to the 20 ml of lemon will just add a little bit of richness, highlight some flavors. Sugar, just like salt, brings out flavor.
Right, okay.
So that's why, well, hang on. I'll shake it and then I'll tell you. I'll shake it and then you tell
Go
me.
for
Because,
it.
you know, the most important part of making a cocktail is always, you know, doing something that looks good on camera, really.
And you haven't compared them both, because we will be comparing them both. So you haven't compared with and without before, side by side. So, good workout.
Yeah.
So traditionally, exactly, sorry, I forgot to mention, you would have creme de violet in an Aviation. Because of the violet profile of Brixton Gin, we've decided to start with, you know, just the Brixton Gin.
To see if it holds up, because there is that base of a violet flavour anyway.
So what I'm doing here as well is we have a hawthorn strainer, as it's called. That strains it once, but you still get a lot of ice crystals in it. So we have a second strainer which will take the ice crystals out and make the whole liquid smoother when you drink it.
I wondered why they always did that. See, now I know.
There
now
you
I
go.
know.
This is educational.
See? So, of course,
Nick did say that we had really big
Really
glasses.
big glasses.
Because we're quite greedy, so I will get smaller glasses for you guys out there, because these are virtually verging on
Scott
buckets.
went into the shop and went, I want your biggest martini glasses.
Yeah, I did.
And the salesman lit up and went, you're all right there.
We haven't sold. We haven't
We've got
sold these ones
4,000
in
boxes
years.
of them out the back.
We haven't sold these ones in years.
So that's pretty even.
I'm happy with that.
I'm happy with that. So garnishing is very important. Not only is the first sip with your eyes and will help with the enjoyment of the drink, also, especially when it comes to citrus garnish, it's going to add a certain aroma which will add to your enjoyment as well, and is the first thing that you kind of perceive after seeing it. And then one of the important things as well about citrus oils, so when I'm twisting it here,
Yeah.
you can see oil kind of squirting out
Yep.
from the peel. It also helps negate any kind of burning sensations from alcohol. It helps coat the back of your
there you go.
palate and kind of makes the whole drink smoother.
Okay, no one ever told me that before, but
There you go.
thank you very much. Would you put cherries in as well?
Yes, good point. Sorry, I got caught on one thing that I was going to do as well is just wipe this here like this.
Why are you doing the stem?
Well, because then when you put the glass down and you wave your fingers around, you get this beautiful citrus aroma that just
Wow.
makes everything a little bit nicer.
Yeah.
5-star service. You know?
It's a little bit better than hand sanitizer.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
It's,
It is.
and that's what we kind of live on now.
There we go.
And I didn't scrimp with the cherries. I got the good cherries.
And these are the nice cherries. I feel very tempted to eat one. Just,
You're more than welcome
I might
to.
have one just here now. So.
Because you're not getting any alcohol.
Right. Let's give this a go.
Voila.
Cheers.
Cheers, Oscar.
Thank you, Nick.
Cheers, Nick. Thank you.
Oh,
Wow. Right. So. I see what you mean. There is the almondy flavour. Do you know the violet really does hold up?
yeah, it does. The violet is great. It's intense in there. I love it.
A lot more than I thought it would, and I'm getting, I'm still getting.
I'm getting the almond-ish type of flavour
Yeah.
come through. Yeah.
So when you buy this, I know that a lot of people when they're buying, making cocktails at home, some of them are really confusing because they make you buy lots of things that you might not necessarily always use. So this is one you might not always kind of use. So if you want an aviation, you can get away with having an aviation just with this gin because it is a violet base. Sorry, I needed to pick my baby up.
Cats have been
because
really
he's like,
needy
yeah, they're really,
today.
really needed today.
Really needy.
So I mean, it's fantastic because basically all we've done is a spirit, a liqueur, some lemon juice, and that's been it. And that is the cocktail.
That's
so that's
beautiful.
really simple.
That is
Right, you can go
beautiful.
back down
Oh,
now.
thank you. I'm very
I
glad you
really,
like it.
really like that. Oh, that's lovely.
But you like it looks nice. You pick it up. You get the aroma. You have a sip. It's got layers. It's complex, and that's what makes a good cocktail.
Yeah.
The interesting thing is you didn't put any sugar syrup in it, but you're right. It is sweet enough.
It's sweet.
It
Yeah,
really is sweet
it
enough.
is sweet
So
enough.
if you are on like watching your sugar, then possibly do things like Nick's saying and actually kind of don't put the sugar syrup in. Just get it in different ways. Get that sweetness in different ways. Well, that's been fantastic. But we want to make one with the creme de violet. So we're going to be doing that in slow-mo, in our Hollywood slow-mo montage, and then we'll come back and then try them side by side. So we're back from our Hollywood montage, and we now have the aviations using the creme de violet. Let's give this one a go.
Cheers. And once again, you
Cheers,
don't get
thank
any
you very
because you
much.
made it. Okay.
Right.
I need to be honest. I think I prefer it without going,
I'm going to go over and get this one. So what's left of the two that we had? Hold on. Yeah, I actually prefer that.
So, which is really
So the
good
only
for
difference
people.
is that.
Yeah, but
isn't it?
it's really, really good for people because it means that you don't have to go and have this, and you can only use this pretty much for an aviation.
Yeah, the creme de violet.
Yeah, you just go and get this maraschino liqueur, and then with your very good own gin, this makes, in my opinion, the perfect aviation.
I think all I'm getting, like I'm getting such intensity of the violet now. It's sort of.
But it doesn't. It's a little bit too sweet and
Yeah,
too
it's
artificial.
become far too sweet.
And I liked the flavour before because it isn't an artificial violet. Now it's a little bit artificial with that. And can we ask you who Gustav is?
Yes. So I'll grab the bottle here. So on the front here you have a gentleman in a zebra-drawn carriage. It's also possibly hard to see on camera, but it's also on the back here. So Gustav Grey, originally born in Prussia, moved to the UK and to Brixton specifically, beginning of the 20th century, so early 1900s. He was a circus performer and then owned a circus in Brixton. His big trick was jumping out of a hot air balloon with a parachute, which, and even today is terrifying, and 120 years ago is even more terrifying. But he also.
So I knew he was going to do it. The cat has just jumped up on Scott. Sorry.
So I'm a circus performer as well because I do have a cat that likes to jump up on me.
But he one of his most eccentric habits was literally riding around Brixton in a zebra-drawn carriage.
No.
And if you Google it, there are photos from that period of this man in a zebra-drawn carriage in Brixton. And so we thought,
wow.
So if you look, this the logo is quite kind of graffiti art-esque, and then we have this gentleman from 120 years ago, and it's just a small example of the diversity of.
But you know what? I respect that. He was living his best life. And
he really was.
That's what we should all be doing. We should be living our best life.
Oh,
yeah.
That's
well
what we
done.
should be doing.
Well done for that bit of philosophy there, Scott.
But honestly, give that one a try because you've tried the other one.
Cheers.
So
you're sticking with the original
I'm
one.
sticking with the original. I'm going with the original.
I definitely preferred the one without the violet, the
creme de violet.
creme de violet.
No, I mean I still like it. I think it that might appeal more to certain people.
Yeah.
I think who have a slightly sweeter palate.
All our tastes are different.
Definitely, I think the first one was better, but it's
so
really
do
more
I,
up to you
and
guys.
and amazing because it's your gin that makes it.
Of course,
It's your gin that shines through in there.
Use Brixton Gin.
Use Brixton Gin, and then
definitely.
you don't need this stuff. You don't need this stuff. You just need the maraschino liqueur. That's it.
Unless
little bit
you
of lemon
want
juice.
that stuff.
Unless you want that stuff, but then a little bit of lemon juice, nice cherry to garnish. But thank you very much, Nick. It's been
My
very
absolute
informative,
pleasure.
and we've loved every minute of it. And Oscar,
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Do
Once
that.
again, thank you as well, Nick, for coming over. And we'll see you next video.
oh, we can barely speak.
Let's kick
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Be more Gustav.
Cheers. Yeah.